What the hell are you doing, Kathy? You're such a clumsy.
My drunk husband sneered at me. I trembled with anger at my in-laws' house. Is this the kind of thing you say to a pregnant wife who almost fell? And it was his fault I almost fell. I confronted him, but he showed no sign of remorse.
Don't yell at me. This is my parents' house. If you're going to defy me, you can leave.
Then he slumped over the table and started snoring.
We're leaving now.
At my mother-in-law's signal, we left the house without him. My husband, who was asleep, still didn't know the harsh penance that awaited him. My name is Kathy Johnson. I married my coworker, Mike, after a workplace romance, and finally I have a baby on the way. It's a precious life we were blessed with in our second year of marriage. What kind of child will it be? A boy? A girl? I can't wait to meet my baby. I lovingly caress my growing belly, savoring my daily happiness. Yet, despite this happiness, I was struggling with a very tough situation. That is morning sickness. Nausea and headaches that stick around all day, along with severe fatigue. Sometimes it's so bad I get dizzy and have to lie down for hours. Obviously, I can't manage housework in this state. Oh, being pregnant is so much harder than I thought. Though I felt like giving up, I fought this illness every day to become a mother. Still, there are days when determination alone isn't enough. On those days, I end up relying on my husband. Mike, could you buy groceries on your way home? I've been feeling sick since this morning.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to be late because of overtime. Take a taxi and get them yourself, okay?
Mike, can you do the dishes tonight? I'm feeling lightheaded.
Oh, sorry. I have an early business trip tomorrow. Try to do a little at a time. Good night.
Mike seemed too busy with work to be much help. He's working hard for our unborn child, I suppose. Maybe he doesn't want our child to suffer financially. So, I thought I'd ask my parents for help, but unfortunately. Hi, Mom. It's me.
Oh, Kathy, your dad threw out his back. It's really bad.
What? Dad? Is he okay?
He seems okay, but he's in pain and bedridden. It's a real problem.
My mom sounded really busy taking care of my dad. I couldn't ask her to come, nor could I impose on them at their place. I felt completely alone in my predicament. But then my mother-in-law, Sarah, called.
Kathy, how are you feeling? Is there anything you need help with?
She had been worried about us. Since I got pregnant, I hadn't been in touch much with my in-laws. Mike is an optimist and doesn't talk about his problems much. That's why she called me. Sarah, actually. Before I knew it, I was opening up to her about my morning sickness and current situation.
You should have told me sooner. I know how hard morning sickness can be.
Sarah listened to me with genuine concern. She even made a suggestion for my benefit.
Kathy, if you'd like, why don't you come stay with us for a while?
What? Are you sure?
Of course, you're welcome.
Her kindness and offer were truly appreciated. I was so happy that someone understood my struggles and worries that I almost cried. So I ended up staying with my in-laws for a while.
Kathy, leave the housework to me and just relax.
If you need anything, just let us know.
Thank you so much. For a few weeks at my in-laws' place, I lived without any inconvenience. Sarah showed me how to sit comfortably and prepared gentle meals when I felt unwell. Meanwhile, my father-in-law, Tom, always supported me whenever I tried to do something. Both of them were always considerate of me as a pregnant woman, which was a great help both physically and mentally. Of course, my morning sickness was still going on. However, thanks to my in-laws, I felt much more at ease. Lately, I even had more good days, and on those days, I tried to help with the housework as much as I could. Though my in-laws worried and told me not to overdo it, I couldn't just keep relying on them. Besides, a bit of activity is good for my health.
Kathy, how are you feeling?
Thanks to Sarah and Tom, I'm feeling much better.
That's great. I'm relieved to see you doing well.
During this time, my husband, Mike, often came to check on me. Lately, he's been visiting his parents on weekends and staying overnight. I enjoyed seeing him, and the lively dinners were fun. However, there was one thing that bothered me.
I'm exhausted from work today. Kathy, could you get me a drink?
Sure, but make sure to wash your hands and gargle first when you get home. Mike, feeling at home at his parents' place, started acting more childishly. He'd leave his clothes lying around and scatter things on the floor. On top of that, he'd lazily ask me to do things for him.
Mike, do that yourself. Kathy is pregnant, you know?
That's right, Mike. And pregnant women can't see their feet well, so they clean up. What if Kathy trips and falls?
My in-laws would scold him every time. But he didn't seem to take it seriously and always laughed it off.
Don't worry so much. Kathy looks good.
Oh, come on. You're her husband, you know.
Sarah furrowed her brow at her son's nonchalant attitude. It's okay, Sarah. I'm feeling fine, and I can't just be your burden. I hurried to defuse the situation. Sure, I was frustrated with Mike's attitude too. But since I was being taken care of by my in-laws, I didn't want to create a tense atmosphere. If I caused a bad mood in the house, it would trouble me deeply. Sarah calmed down at my urging, but she still looked displeased. Even after that, Mike often behaved selfishly, causing me trouble and earning sighs and reprimands from me and my in-laws. Life at my in-laws passed without incident. My belly grew steadily. The doctor said it's a boy. Every day, I spent time imagining our child and selecting baby items. But then, one day, something happened that crossed the line.
Well, we're off. Kathy, thanks so much for the theater tickets.
Call us if anything comes up.
Enjoy yourselves. That day, my in-laws went to see a play in the city in the afternoon. As a token of my gratitude, I had given them the tickets. By now, they were probably enjoying the beautiful songs and dances. Meanwhile, I was working hard on the housework at my in-laws' place. Cooking, laundry, cleaning the rooms, and cleaning the bathroom. I tackled each task that I usually left to my in-laws. By the time I finished everything, I was completely exhausted. Just then,
I'm home.
Mike came in as usual. However, something was different this time. He reeked of alcohol and seemed quite drunk. He must have been drinking with his colleagues after work.
Kathy, get me something to drink.
He sprawled out on the living room floor. Oh, for goodness' sake. I lifted my heavy belly and went to the kitchen to get him a glass of water. Don't lie around here. Here's your water. Whoa. In that instant, I lost my balance and nearly fell. I had tripped over the bag Mike had thrown on the floor. My body tilted forward and almost hit the corner of the table. Just then, I suddenly stopped. Next, I saw the faces of my in-laws, looking panicked. Yes, they had caught me just in time as they returned home.
Kathy, are you okay?
Did you hurt your stomach?
I'm okay, thank you, I said as I collapsed onto the floor in a daze. Meanwhile,
What the hell are you doing, Kathy? You're such a clumsy.
Mike started laughing at me. Even though he was drunk, I couldn't forgive his attitude. If my in-laws had been a few seconds later, it could have been a serious accident. What would have happened to me and our baby? I felt anger towards my careless husband and scolded him sharply. Mike, it's dangerous to leave your bag lying around like this.
It's fine. You're okay. You should have seen it.
That's not the point. And I've told you many times that pregnant women can't see their feet.
My head hurts, so stop yelling. This is my parents' house. If you defy me, you can leave.
Mike slumped over the table. I was furious at his childish excuses. Just as I was about to continue scolding him, Sarah gently stopped me and said,
Then we're leaving now.
her voice was cheerful and her face was smiling. But the intense energy she radiated made it clear she was furious.
Got it. Wake me up around 10 tomorrow.
Mike said and started snoring while sitting. Sadly, it seemed he didn't take his mom's anger and words seriously. While Mike was still lying there, Sarah and Tom started getting ready to leave as if they had planned it. Well, where are you going?
Well, Kathy, we're going to your place for now.
So we left Mike alone in the house.
Kathy, I'm really sorry about yesterday.
The next day, Mike, now sober, came to our house. It seemed he had come to his senses overnight. He repeatedly bowed his head in shame and apologized to me profusely. He seemed remorseful, but I couldn't forgive him that easily. You put not just me, but our baby in danger.
I know. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking straight because of the alcohol.
Using alcohol as an excuse is cowardly, Mike.
That's right. Anyone can apologize with just words.
Faced with these harsh words from Sarah and Tom, Mike shrank back and fell silent. Then I made a suggestion to him. Mike, do you really want forgiveness?
Yes, I'll do anything to make it up to you.
Then, Mike, how about you become a pregnant woman for a while? Mike looked bewildered. While he was in shock, I and my in-laws shared a knowing smile. The next day, Mike was running around his parents' house with a big belly. As punishment, he had to complete the tasks Sarah and I devised. The challenge was to live for a week wearing a 15-pound pregnancy simulation jacket rented from the community center. Mike was now panting heavily as he washed a mountain of dishes. And once that was done, he still had cooking, laundry, cleaning, and shopping to do. His tasks were endless.
I need a break. My back hurts.
Mike groaned as he tried to bend over. Immediately, Tom blew a whistle and cautioned him.
If you bend over suddenly, you'll endanger the baby. 1 point deducted. Be careful next time.
Tom, acting as the referee, monitored Mike's actions and blew the whistle whenever he did something inappropriate for a pregnant woman. This challenge extended beyond home to Mike's workplace as well. If you think about it, it's only natural. Pregnant women can't just shrink their bellies based on the situation.
It'll be a hassle at work.
Mike asked for the rules to be relaxed, but unfortunately for him, everything had already been arranged in advance. We had already informed his boss. In fact, Mike's boss was an acquaintance of Sarah's. When Sarah explained this situation, he found it amusing and immediately agreed. So, Mike had to work while taking care of his baby, even at his job.
Mike, make sure to hold the handrail when going down the stairs. What if you miss a step?
Mike, you need to be careful with your belly even when picking up a pen. The baby could get squished. It's not just a weight in there.
This time, Tom couldn't accompany him, so the female employees took over as referees. They were very enthusiastic about it. So, for a week, Mike, wearing the pregnancy simulation jacket, struggled with work and housework. After a week. So, do you understand now how hard it is to be pregnant?
Yeah, I really get it now. Even putting on my socks was a struggle.
Mike answered me with a worn-out face. He had dark circles under his eyes and looked completely exhausted. In that week, he had learned firsthand how tough it is to be heavily pregnant. Mike also experienced the anxiety, frustration, and helplessness of not having support from others.
It feels awful when you're not helped, or when work is pushed on you when you're struggling. Is this how you felt, Kathy? I'm really sorry.
Mike said this with a dejected look on his face. Sarah said to her son,
Even this is not 1/10 of the real hardship of pregnancy.
Indeed, in reality, this comes with the pains of morning sickness, emotional instability from hormonal changes, and more. There's also the baby's unpredictable movements and the immense pressure of carrying a life. It's impossible for men to fully understand all of this. But even a glimpse of understanding has its value.
If Kathy didn't look like she was struggling, it was because she was working hard and had my mom's support. I've been blind. I get it now.
Looks like you finally understand.
From now on, I'll be careful and think about Kathy and the baby.
Really? Can you promise to be a good dad? Will you cut back on drinking?
Yes, I promise to be a good dad. Please give me one more chance.
Mike begged me sincerely. It seemed he was genuinely remorseful. I still had some doubts, but his sincerity was clear. I decided to forgive him. Later, with my now changed husband by my side, I safely gave birth to our son, Oliver. He's a healthy, lively boy. Now, with support from my husband, parents, and in-laws, I'm busy but happily taking care of him. Since then, Mike has controlled his drinking and dotes on our son. It looks like he's playing peekaboo with Oliver.
Look, Oliver. Peekaboo.
Watching Mike and my son, I felt grateful to my in-laws again. I heard that Tom had made similar mistakes in his youth, and Sarah had made him experience pregnancy too. That's why Sarah feared her son might do the same someday. Their efficiency after the incident was due to their experience. Anyway, this was finally a relief, but not entirely. Even after giving birth, I couldn't let my guard down. The burden on a mother after childbirth is immense, both physically and mentally. Still, I took Oliver, who was starting to fuss, from Mike and gently rocked him. Oliver, are you hungry? Just a moment, I'll feed you now.
I'll wash the dishes. Let's play again later, Oliver.
At least, I no longer felt lonely. Pregnancy, childbirth, and parenting come with many challenges. Even so, I vowed to do my best for my adorable son. With this promise in my heart, I cherished the happiness I held in my arms, grateful for Mike and our family.